You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, your mind is already scanning. Notifications, news alerts, group chats, a trending crisis, a friend's emotional post, a comment you're not sure how to respond to yet. But you're already thinking about it. Your shoulders tighten just a little. Your breathing becomes shallow without you noticing. Your brain feels switched on before your body is ready to exist. And by the time your day actually begins, it already feels like you've lived through 10 emotional conversations you never physically had. If you've ever wondered why so many Gen Z minds feel constantly alert, overwhelmed, passionate, exhausted, and deeply aware all at once, there's something important happening beneath the surface. And it's not weakness. It's not fragility. It's actually a very complex kind of psychological adaptation. Today, we're going to explore what's happening inside the Gen Z brain and why living inside it can feel so emotionally intense. Because the Gen Z brain didn't just grow up with information. It grew up inside it. Many people assume this generation is too sensitive or too anxious. But what often goes unseen is how much emotional and social data Gen Z processes every single day. Your brain isn't just managing your life. It's absorbing global suffering, political tension, social justice conversations, identity exploration, climate fear, economic uncertainty, all while trying to figure out who you are as a human being. You might notice this especially after scrolling for a long time. When your mind feels full, but you're not sure exactly why. That's not just multitasking. That's nervous system overload mixed with moral awareness. And here's one quiet truth most people don't talk about. The Gen Z brain is wired for constant environmental scanning. Psychologically, growing up online trains the brain to stay alert to social signals 24/7. Every notification is a possible emotional shift. Every comment is potential feedback about belonging. Every trending topic feels like something you should understand, care about, or respond to. Your nervous system never fully clocks out. It stays half on, like a phone constantly searching for Wi-Fi signals, even when it's supposed to be resting. Some people notice this when they try to relax, but their brain keeps checking invisible notifications that aren't even there anymore. And over time, that creates a very specific kind of anxiety. Not panic anxiety, not fear of one single threat. It's awareness anxiety. It's the weight of knowing too much, too fast, too often. There's also something else happening inside many Gen Z minds that looks like stress, but is actually empathy working over time. This generation has unprecedented exposure to other people's lived experiences. Stories of injustice, trauma, inequality, and identity struggles show up in real time, every day. The brain naturally mirrors emotional experiences it witnesses. It's part of how human empathy evolved. But when the brain absorbs thousands of emotional signals daily, it can create what psychologists sometimes call empathic strain. You might feel this as emotional heaviness after reading or watching something intense, even if it didn't directly involve your own life. It feels like carrying emotional backpacks that don't technically belong to you, but your body still holds the tension anyway. Your chest might feel heavy after scrolling. Your jaw might stay tight after reading debates. Your brain might feel restless because it's trying to solve problems that have no immediate solution. That isn't dysfunction. That's emotional pattern recognition colliding with limited control. And then there's activism, something deeply woven into Gen Z identity. Many people misunderstand activism as anger or performative behavior. But psychologically, activism often comes from nervous system intelligence. When the brain detects repeated threat patterns in the environment, social injustice, instability, inequality, it naturally tries to restore safety and fairness. That's actually a protective survival instinct shared across human evolution. The drive to speak up, to advocate, to care loudly, often comes from the same internal wiring that helps communities survive and adapt. Some people feel energized by this, while others feel emotionally drained by caring so deeply without clear solutions. But here's the part that rarely gets said out loud. Caring deeply while feeling powerless is one of the most exhausting emotional states the brain can experience. It creates cognitive tension. The mind keeps searching for action, solutions, change, while the body holds frustration and fatigue. So if your brain feels loud, heavy, alert, passionate, overwhelmed, and deeply thoughtful all at once, It may not mean your mind is broken. It might mean your mind is trying to hold more complexity than previous generations were ever exposed to this early in life. The Gen Z brain isn't fragile. It's highly responsive, highly empathetic, highly aware, and sometimes highly overloaded by the sheer amount of reality it's trying to process at full speed. Sometimes strength doesn't look like calm certainty. Sometimes strength looks like continuing to care, even when your nervous system feels stretched thin. So I'm curious, when you step away from your screen, does your mind feel quieter? Or does it keep scanning like it's still connected? If this resonated with your experience, I'd really love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind everyday feelings, you're always welcome to like and subscribe, so we can keep making sense of the human mind together.